Hello to all of you. This is Dr. Dhaval Maheta, and today we are going to talk about higher order constructs, formative model. Now here you can see that the price, service quality, personnel, service cap, they are all constructs, also known as a latent variable, which may be captured with the help of measured variable. Now all these constructs combine together and they form one another higher order construct, which is a satisfaction. So satisfaction is a combination of all these lower order constructs. So this satisfaction is considered to be the higher order component, and this model is considered to be the second degree model. Why? The reason is very simple. When all the lower order constructs or when the first order components combine together to form the second order component, we say that the model is a second degree model, or it's a higher order model, or also known as a hierarchical model. Now, depending upon the arrows moving inside the construct or moving away from the construct, we will name them as reflective or formative. This is just the differentiation while drawing the diagram. But when we talk about the theoretical differentiation, reflective construct are those constructs in which majority of the statements, or rather all of the statements, are consequences. And if I talk about formative construct, in this case, majority of the statements are causes. The statement framing will be such that it is a causes. So if it is a causes, it is a formative. And if the statement framing is such that it is a consequences, then it is a reflective construct. Now there is a definite terminology to name the model. We'll start with the first one, type 1 model. We will first name for the lower order and then we will give the name for the higher order. So you can see here FO1, FO2, FA3. In all this case, the arrows are moving out and therefore it's a reflective construct. If I talk about SO, here also the arrows are moving out and therefore it's a reflective construct. So lower order reflective and higher order reflective, it's a reflective type 1 model. If I talk about type 2, in this case, you can see in lower order, arrows are moving out. So therefore, it's the lower order is a reflective. But in higher order, arrows are moving inside and therefore it's a formative. So the type 2 is reflective formative. If I talk about the third model, arrows moving inside the construct, formative. In higher order, arrows moving away from the construct and therefore it's a reflective. So it's a formative reflective model. Type 1, type 2, type 3, all these models have been discussed in my previous video. Kindly refer to my playlist. I will request all my viewers to kindly refer the playlist so that you can understand the flow of this entire lecture series. If I talk about the fourth model, irrespective of lower order or higher order, arrows are moving inside and therefore it's a formative model, type 4 model. So today we are going to discuss this model only. So what's a formative? When lower order construct is also formative and when higher order construct is also formative. How to report when we are having a second degree model or a higher order constructs. In this case, first we will report the reliability and the validity of the lower order constructs, and then we will report the reliability and the validity of the higher order constructs. Now how we can do this? Let's see in SmartPLS. This is the example from where we started our lecture series. Here, job satisfaction is affecting the staying intention of an employee. Environmental perception is affecting the staying intention of an employee. Organizational commitment is affecting the staying intention of an employee. Co-workers is affecting the staying intention of an employee. That is the behavior of co-workers and its effect on staying intention of an employee. Now, I want to introduce the higher order construct here. But first of all, let us understand that this job satisfaction, as arrows are moving inside the construct, it's a formative construct. This is formative as arrows are moving inside. Organizational commitment is also formative. Co-workers, it's a reflective because arrows are moving outside. Let me drag this and keep it here. Staying intention, again, it's a formative construct because arrows are moving inside. Now, let us try to understand that how we will do the reliability and validity when some of the constructs are formative and some of the constructs are reflective. Now here, only co-worker is a reflective construct. So the reliability of the coworker can be tested by the help of AVE, CR, composite reliability, Cronbach alpha, and for validity, we'll be using the Forner-Larkin criterion and the heterotrait monotrait ratio. But what about the other constructs? All other constructs like job satisfaction, environmental perception, organizational commitment, and staying intention, they are formative. And therefore, the reliability of the above construct can be done with the help of outer weights, outer loading, and variance inflation factor. Now let us try to introduce the higher order construct in the model. How we can do this? Let's try to understand. First of all, I'll delete this. 1, 2, 3. I'll pick up one latent variable and I'll write down HOC. Just for the education purpose, we assume that this higher order construct is a combination of job satisfaction, environmental perception, organizational commitment. So let me connect this. All lower orders, arrows are coming inside, and higher order also, the arrows are coming inside. And therefore, it is a formative-formative. Lower order also formative, higher order also formative. Let us try to see, is it the same thing which is a type 4 model? Formative-formative. Yes, it's the same thing. Now, I'll connect these arrows. HOC will be connected to the staying intention. But still, HOC is red. The reason is that it does not have any indicators on it. So to activate the higher order construct, what we'll have to do, we'll have to load the measured variable of all lower order on higher order construct. How we can do this? Quite simple. JS1, JS2, JS3, JS4, load it here on HOC. Then you go on EP1, EP2, EP3, EP4, load it here. So JS1 to JS4 loaded, EP1 to EP4 loaded. The thing which is left out is OC1 to OC4. So OC1, OC2, OC3, OC4 loaded. We can very well test the reliability and validity of the co-workers because this is on the reflective scale. So let me turn it. And I'll run the PLS algorithm to get the reliability and validity of co-workers. For all others, we'll have to go in bootstrapping. That we will see one by one. So first, we will establish the reliability and validity of the lower order, and then we will go for the higher order. So calculate PLS-SAM algorithm, start the calculation, open the report. I'll go in construct reliability and validity. So you can see you are getting the co-workers. So it is also generating of HOC. That we will have to see what's wrong. We'll go in graphical output. Let's try to understand. See, job satisfaction, it is on formative scale. Environmental perception, it is on a formative scale. Organizational commitment, it is on a formative scale. Arrows are coming inside. But when we created HOC, the arrows are going outside. So this is wrong. We cannot do this. And therefore, we will have to invert the selection. So I'll go here and invert the measurement model. So you can see all the arrows are moving inside the HOC. And here also the same thing. The direction of the arrows in lower order construct, the direction of the arrows of the measured variable in lower order construct should be same as that of higher order. So again, I'll go and open the report and construct reliability and validity. So HOC is gone, quite good. Now I will only talk about the reliability and validity of co-workers because it is on the reflective scale. So here all of them are green, quite good. Cronbach alpha more than 0.7 and therefore it's green. Both of them are more than 0.7 and therefore it's quite good. AVE more than 0.5 and therefore this is also green. You can report the same results with the help of bar chart. It will not generate the bar chart for those constructs which are on the formative scale. Average variance extracted also you can report from here. Now you should report the discriminant validity from here of co-workers. Directly click on Forner-Larkin criteria. Now, how to report this? I'll copy this to Excel. And you should always remember that HOC, which is in column, and HOC, which is in row, is to be deleted. But as this is the reflective construct and all others are formative, I cannot report these statistics from here, right? So I'll only report the value Forner-Larkin criterion of co-workers. Fine. Let's go back. Then I'll go in HTMT where you'll not get any values because all other are on the formative scale. Okay. Now I want to establish the reliability and the validity of job satisfaction, environmental perception, organizational commitment. They are on the formative scale as well as the staying intention. So for that purpose, I'll go and calculate bootstrapping, start the calculation. I'll go in open report. And the first thing I should start is outer weights. The graphical output is here. Job satisfaction, environmental perception, organizational commitment, staying intention. They are on formative construct. They are formative construct. So what I'll do is I'll check their p-values. So let me highlight those 1, 2, 3, 4. They are red. Their p-values are more than 0.05 and therefore we may have to delete the statement. But that decision we cannot take from here. We will have to move one level ahead and we will have to see their outer loadings. One thing more, that whenever you delete any statement, say for example, you want to delete GS1 as the p-value is not significant. So if you are deleting GS1 from the lower order construct, make sure to delete it from the higher order construct also simultaneously. So here we can see that these are insignificant. Deleting the statement, we can never take the decision from here. Now you go in outer loading. Here, if the values are less than 0.5 and if they are insignificant, then only you will delete the statement, otherwise not. You can see here all of the statements are having p-value more than 0.5 and the p-value is less than 0.05 and therefore we will retain all the statements. Now I will go in So now we want to check the reliability and validity of the higher order. Now how we can do this? So for this, you go and calculate PLS-SEM algorithm and start the calculation. Open the report. Now there is a new feature which is there in SmartPLS-4 that you can save the latent variable scores and manifested variable scores from here directly, right? So I'll click on create the data file. You can see here 2 ticks are there. So latent variable scores works as a proxy for the construct and it is one composite score per factor. It means that there will be one score for job satisfaction, one score for environmental perception. For all the constructs, there will be one composite score. So if you want to include the measurement model, you should also consider the manifested variable to be clubbed with the raw data. So I'll click on create. Now I'll go back from here. At present, you can see here that there is no data related to the latent variable scores. I can simply select the data set and activate from here, go on the fag end, and you can see now we are having the latent variable scores of all these constructs. Now what I'll do, it's quite simple. I'll remove this and press delete. Now what I'll do is I'll select job satisfaction, organizational commitment, environmental perception, and simply I'll drag it and drop it and name it as HOC. enter. Then you can drag it here. I'll double click on it and apply. Job satisfaction, apply. Organizational commitment, apply. I can change the size of it. Now here, they are on the reflective scale. I'll go here and I'll invert the measurement model because my HOC was a formative. So this is a formative-formative model. Now I'll connect this and the results are ready. But the first thing which I have to do is I have established the reliability and the validity of the lower order constructs. But what about this higher order? This still we have not established. So I'll go and calculate, bootstrap, start the calculation. Open the report and I'll go in outer weights. Now I will only check reliability and validity of these three. That is environmental perception and its effect on HOC. If these values are less than 0.05, we can say that outer weights are significant. But you can see here that in one case, the p-value is more than 0.05. What to do? Further, we can confirm the same thing by bias corrected confidence interval. If the 0 is present, we will say that this outer weights are not significant. But you can see here, yeah, here the 0 is present, negative to positive, and therefore the 0 is present in between. We cannot take any decision of deleting anything from here. We will go in outer loading and we will see the p-values. Are the p-values significant? Yes, they are significant, and therefore we can say that we will retain the statement. So let's go back in the graphical output. After establishing the reliability and validity of lower order construct and higher order construct, reflective and formative model, now we have to run the analysis for the structural model. That is the effect of HOC on staying intention, co-workers and its effect on staying intention. So I'll click on path coefficients and you can see this values. If p-value is less than 0.05, this path coefficient is significant. This we can further confirm by confidence intervals bias corrected. If 0 is not present in between these two confidence interval, we can say that this path coefficients are significant. So positive to positive, 0 not present. Positive to positive, 0 not present. You can see here that there are no specific indirect effects. If I want to include the specific indirect effects, what I'll do is I'll correct this. I'll connect this and I'll click on open the report. Now you can see the specific indirect effects are also active. So HOC affecting the co-workers, co-workers affecting the staying intention. So here the p-value is less than 0.05 and therefore this path coefficients are also significant. Now to report the results, that is the R square and F square of this model, what I'll do, I'll go and calculate PLS-SEM algorithm, start the calculation. The new features of SmartPLS are quite cool. When you hover your mouse on any endogenous construct, it will generate its R square. Moreover, it will also generate its composite reliability, average variance extracted, provided it's a reflective construct. Now, I want to have R square. So I'll click here, R square. In the quality criteria, I'll get the overview of the model. The effect size can be generated from here, F square. I'll request all my viewers to kindly refer my previous lectures on SmartPLS to understand the flow of this lecture series. I've already discussed the effect size F square in the previous videos. Then I'll talk about the collinearity statistics. This value should be less than 3 for outer model and inner model. Now let us go back on the graphical output. Here, HOC is a exogenous construct. But what will happen if it is endogenous? I'll reverse the sign. And when I connect this, the model has turned red. All the paths have turned red. The result is that it has gone into the loop. Higher order constructs affecting the co-workers affecting the staying intention. Staying intention is behavior of staying intention is affecting the HOC, higher order constructs. Now, as this is a loop, the model will not run. So what I'll do, I'll disconnect one of them. And you can see here, the path coefficients are generated. To get the p-value of this path coefficients, you will have to go back, calculate, bootstrapping, start the calculation. And you can see the p-values are generated. I'll click on open the report, path coefficients. I can also activate the specific indirect effect, co-workers affecting the staying intention affecting the higher order constructs. For R square and F square of this model, run the PLS algorithm. So for more videos on SmartPLS, kindly subscribe to my channel. You can also follow me on LinkedIn and Twitter. I have already uploaded many videos of SmartPLS. Kindly refer my playlist. Don't forget to press the like button. Thank you.